Once again, you're joining me in the Red Rocket van. That's right, another settlement needs our help. This time it's Kalama, Washington. And as a quest reward, we're gonna get ourselves a new motor for the Red Rocket. It's pretty epic, and I'm really glad to be bringing you along. This feels like a big day, because who doesn't love a really built motor? Only had a few in my life. This one's gonna be amazing. But we had to prep for the trip. That's right, folks, in order to haul the engine back to the homestead, I've got pallets, some foam, some tie downs. I'm really hoping that's enough. The engine's in pieces, so it should go in here okay. And well, most of you have seen the van before, but I'll just pan around for a sec here. I've had to move some things around just to kind of make room for engine-y type parts. But yeah, a bunch of this drive's gonna be really pretty. It's not pretty right here, but it will be pretty soon. All right, folks, let's jump in and head out. should I park? Where should I park? Okay. Okay. Watch out, bud. Here it is. The Butte. And it's sitting under a 56 Chevy Project on a lift. Hang on, let me see if I can get you guys a better shot of it. So this looks fun, right? I guess that's a 57 Corvette motor up there in between the frame rails. Now that's nice. The guy's name's Jamie, and he's gonna help me load this sucker up with his little loader there, and then we're gonna head back down that crazy hill we came up. All right, wish me luck, everybody. Well, we did it. Another settlement needed our help. They needed our help moving this beautiful thing out of their way. And these cool old guys, they helped me load this thing up like pros. Awesome. So the Commonwealth is saved. We have our reward. Now it's time to head back down the steepest, windiest hill ever. I had to go up it in second gear. And we're going to take it real slow, and we're going to be real careful so that we don't, disturb any of the cargo or go tipping off the road or something crazy like that. But I'll try to catch some more video of it for you because it's just a pretty drive. We'll just see what we get when I get home. I always find out what the camera got and what it didn't, right? All right, adventure awaits. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, it's hot. Okay. Made it all the way back. So expertly tied down. Kind of looks like the job someone in Fallout would do, doesn't it? But how cool. How cool. And Jamie, who sold me the motor, even gave me some cool decals for me to put with it. So you know I gotta find somewhere to use them, you know? How cool, right? So what other goodies did we get? Let's see. What's in here? Carb adapter, but this is for something smaller than a 650. This is like maybe like a 500 square bore. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Makes me wonder, because here are some spread bore adapters or gaskets here. And I think this guy, those adapters look used, so what do you want to bet? Yep, this is a spread bore. And look at those tiny primaries and the bigger secondaries. You know what? I think I like that. That seems like a good idea on a motor like this. This seems like a bit of a crusty one, though. Bet she needs a rebuild. We're definitely going to have to look into that some more. Hang on. Box of what? Oh. Hardware. Tons of hardware. Wow, not all the same either. Is this like what somebody thought every bolt and nut replaced would need to be on this thing? Because that would be kind of freaking amazing. Do I get to assemble this with all brand new hardware? Except for this one bolt. What is this, like a head bolt? Starter bolt? Right, and why was it in the package with the carb? Vacuum secondaries. Not usually my favorite, but that's okay. That's okay. She doesn't need all that much secondary activation anyhow. What's in here? Ooh. Look at this. You know, though, this is a pretty small square bore opening. I feel like, yeah, that's not gonna work with this big old spread board. I think I'm gonna end up needing a new carb for this, or a different carb for this thing. Gasket set, cool. Timing covers, timing cover. Oil pan, but it's a rear sump. I'll have to use the one off of this van. I haven't seen this brand of water pump before, but it looks pretty serious. I'll have to research it. We have a very cool valve cover here that I'm hoping bolts to the head. He said this was off of his 1980 Slant 6. This is an 80s block. This this valve cover gasket won't work on my valve cover gasket from my engine won't work on this new block, I don't think. And then this beautiful head. Brand new valves. And this is definitely a late model head because here, I'll show you. It doesn't have the spark tubes that my older sorry, I can't really point. Okay, I'm doing a bad job. This does not have the spark tubes that my older style head has, so this is definitely a later style head. That's why it came with a rocker arm rail that won't work. Won't work with flat tapping. But that's okay. I have that covered. You just need one that's adjustable, you know? And I have that covered. So cool. There it is, everybody. the hull. Look at these beautiful cylinders. Look at these beautiful forged aluminum pistons. Look at the cross hatching on these cylinders. You know, they don't come up all the way to the top. I think maybe this thing was really set up for a turbo, you know? It might not be crazy high compression. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do a little more research. We'll find out. But yeah, there it is. And lest we forget, this bumper is destined to go on the front of that van. That's right. This is a 1950 Buick bumper, and it should fit, and it's gonna look crazy. And with that wild new 6 in there, this thing's gonna be all kinds of ridiculous. What fun, right? And I'm gonna bring you along for the whole journey because I can't help myself. You guys aren't asking for these videos, I'm just making them. But I'm really excited. I'm really happy you came along with me for this, because moments like these are really special to me. And I think that, you know, it's really cool for people to kind of be there for some of those moments with me. Thank you. And can't wait to see you in the next one.